Okay, so, I'm not going to spend too long with Travis on this, other than a little bit of narrative here. I can send you more specific stuff as far as what you research and whatnot. But generally, what might be needed for this is first figuring out sort of where all of these gates lead. Just because he mentioned all these tunnel systems. And essentially, what you learn is that similar to how Sharn is built on a manifest zone where it gets its magic, similar zones exist for the realm where the Delkir are from. And because of that, various gates and openings exist random places in the world that lead to this plane where the Delkir are. Uh, the plane itself is called Zoriat, the realm of madness. And while no one has necessarily ventured in there and come out to write about it, you are able to find the various interactions that have happened between these gates, the continents and locations where they exist, and then the meeting of Delkir and whatever entity lives there. Of course, since it's written from the side of the dwarves and side of the goblins and the orcs and the druids, it is very much painted a certain way. You know, these evil monstrosities came pouring out of these tunnels and waging war on all of us. And part of that, it is a little bit true. However, it might also be colored that way for, because these are horrible monstrosities coming from another plane of existence. But most occasions, except for the Mror holds, the army of mind flayers and whatever other aberrant creatures are pushed back and sealed away. However, in the Mror holds, the war is still going on between Delkir and the dwarves. But as you wind down your research, eventually going to sleep, you have a disturbingly realistic dream or vision, to the point where it feels like you're awake again, like you have full control of all of your body and appendages, your mind. It feels like you're awake. And you're standing on what seems to be a rocky coastline, but it's absolutely all wrong. The rock you're standing on is fleshy and bulbous like a tumor. The sea itself looks wrinkled gray, almost lavender colored skin. The ocean water, it's not water at all, but this bright neon purple slime that's just moving across the shore, almost like it's alive, this kind of plasma type liquid. And you can see all varieties of parasites swimming through it. And you look out at the horizon, and the skyline is this bright, rich purple that, combined with the sea, it almost makes it impossible to look at. And then you turn to the other way, and you see a town. No. You see a shape of a town made out of just towering, tall, bulbous, tumor-like structures of flesh that are pulsating and moving. Occasionally one will sort of part and open up, and a mind flayer will climb out of it and walk across to another one and enter into it. And you see all these horrible monstrosities beyond just mind flayers. You see what seem to be humanoids but are melded together by the waste. You see what seems to be a normal person standing there, and then they turn around and have mouths from their eyes down to their pelvis. Just rows of mouths. You see people with far too many arms, far too many eyes, things that have been melded together. You can see through them like they're translucent. Just horrible creations. And then as you start to, might take a step forward, and this structure, this hard tumor-like structure you're standing on, pops like a balloon, and you fall into a swarm of parasitic worms that start crawling all over you, crawling into your ears and nose and eyes, to the point where it feels like you're suffocating and drowning. And then you cough up and wake up in your own bed in Manticore Estate. Just in time as, you had some kind of arcane alarm set for whatever time. You do that wake up 10 minutes before kind of thing.
Well, perfection of self seems a little bit skewed. And so I'll kind of make a note of that.
Mm-hmm. You do a couple sketches of what you saw.
Yeah, I'll make a couple sketches of what I saw roughly. And we'll make a note of that so that I can talk to my buddy about that.
My buddy. And on that note, you don't necessarily, actually, Travis, you want to have some more fun? You want to have a little fun, or do you want to have a lot of fun?
A lot of fun's fine.
A lot of fun is fine. Go ahead, and make, an intelligence saving throw for me.
That is going to be a 25.
Okay. Or you have your slow morning, you go get breakfast, coffee, and get dressed. For the first little bit, those images and monstrous creatures you saw in your dream kind of haunt you for a little while, to the point where you start, glancing over at your servant and, who's serving you food, and think that they have multiple eyes across their face, and you look back up and they're gone. But eventually, as you have your morning coffee, have your breakfast, it all kind of fades away, and you do not go mad.
Oh. Cool. Alright. Then I will wake up. I did my long rest.
You did your long rest. And for everyone else, since you're probably going to be waking up a fair bit earlier than Oleg, what kind of things do you want to do to prepare? Does everyone attune to their crystals so you can communicate with each other easier?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can message each other, get wherever you need to go, meet up, chat about what your plan is. So whatever you need to do to get ready.
Well, do we have Gav and Sim have these as well?
Yes.
Cool. I'm gonna message them and just be like, were you able to get the blast discs, or are you in the process of getting them?
Got one ready and got a few types. Some fiery, some loud. Whatever we need.
Perfect. And let's see. The plan was not to have them present at the scene, right? Or at least not at least disguised in a way as bystanders, correct?
Correct. They were supposed to be disguised so that they could swap out for you, right?
Yeah. Okay, and I just want to clarify, with Alter Self, could I make my arm look like it's not there?
Yes.
Could I give my... Cool. Yep. Perfect. I was thinking about that all week.
My logic was, if you can make yourself grow gills or grow wings or grow claws, then you can absolutely make yourself lose a limb.
Cool. Love that. So I just asked them to place them in the office and communicate to me where they placed them and how to activate them.
Affirmative. They'll do that. They'll get on that. And once they set it, or they get a location down, they'll let you know where and then send you instructions.
Yeah, and I'll just communicate with Spike and ask him to let his contact know in very vague terms what we're doing and at the hospital. And I guess is once I get that information from you, I'll communicate with Sam to just be like, okay, once we get to the healing house or whatever, or there'll be this room off to the side where I'll give you, they'll probably put him in some sort of hospital gown, I imagine. And but we will trade clothes as for the moment, so he can give me, or they can give me their like magical changing clothes, so I can preserve the illusion that I'm them, and we'll switch out there and move from there. Or but yeah, once I communicate, and if anybody here has any other ideas of things we need to do, please chime in. And there's a good chance I'm forgetting something. Um, but once we got all that done, I'm going to, let's see, I got 25 words. I'm going to cast Sending to Ithranella Donna
Okay.
and just say, it's only been a few days since we saw her, right?
Correct.
And okay, enjoyed the gala the other night. Grab a drink for the holiday. Have to study. Meet me at Moorgrave at 3:30. That's 21 words. And I guess I'll shout this out to everybody else. Just be like, what do you think I should say?
Do I sound too needy? Do I
Yeah.
sound do I sound desperate?
Just like,
I would put a little bit of enthusiasm behind that, but sure.
good. I'll put some exclamation points in the
An
sentence.
emoji?
Yeah. Yeah. As my understanding, sending is like essentially the message in your voice appears and like in their ear and they hear you. So I'd love to know how an emoji sounds.
Smiley face.
Yeah.
It's like Siri reading out your
Yeah.
text message.
Perfect. But yeah, something along those lines. And it's like, hey, enjoyed the gala other night. And would love to grab drinks for the holiday. Have to study though. Meet me at Moorgrave at let's say, well, actually, I imagine it's a holiday. People start drinking a little earlier, so like,
It's like 4th of July.
yeah, let's say 5 o'clock. Let's say 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah, happy hour. Happy hour.
There
5
it
o'clock.
is. Yep.
And
Especially you're in the college,
yeah.
the university district. Like that's gonna be got some good specials.
But cool. Yeah, I shop this out, I polish it up, and then I send it her way and wait for a response.
Yep. And fairly quickly, you get a response. She says, "Sounds lovely. I'll see you then." Easy as that.
Perfect. You fool! You've fallen for our trap. You've
Logan,
activated my trap card at the Neverdonna.
Yes, Xavier.
Just trying to think of future things where we may need this. How much would a rope of entanglement cost?
Ooh.
I like it.
Nice. For your date?
Yeah,
That's exactly it.
I said future, so
I
didn't
I'm
mean
picking up what you're
today.
putting down.
There it is.
I need to check my spells to see what I'm going to prepare today.
How much gold do you have or are willing to spend?
I currently got 42 gold. I think I spent it on a lot of stuff earlier.
It will be
30
more.
gold?
I'll say
More
it'll
than
be
that?
it'll be more than that.
Okay. So
Because
then I
rope
work
entanglement
42.
is rare.
Okay, cool. I will work on getting that.
Is this like thousands of gold?
Let me grab my Dungeon Master's Guide.
Yeah, because I'm a little strapped in personal finances as well, but I got 102 I could throw your way if it would make a difference.
And I have 120.
Nice.
Yeah, it would probably be over 1,000.
Okay, cool.
Right. Okay, so what's the plan? Are you guys gonna be nearby?
I figure yes, somewhere close by. Because just in case she does decide to turn on you, it'd be kind of nice to have that kind of warning.
That's precisely what I was thinking.
Maybe we can be like, I don't know, not 6 seconds away, but
At least
Pretty.
400 feet away.
probably in like a different room. Maybe we can just be like chilling in another room.
I mean, you guys, I guess, could be like waiting in the lobby of the building, like on the first floor or something like that.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
None of us can be invisible, I guess, can we? Can anyone make themselves invisible?
What the hell is rope trip?
Road trip creates
yeah.
like a portal in a little pocket dimension. It's a very cool spell, actually.
That's pretty dope.
It is.
Yeah.
Very underused.
Cool. Sorry, I was seeing if that was like a thing that could enwrap someone, but it cannot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Why don't? Okay, if we're not having you guys, if we're not like presenting the idea that you guys were there with me, why don't you just hide in one of the other, like an adjacent building, and just watch to make sure she doesn't try to club the shit out of me?
That's true.
after
One of
I-
us does know Dimension Door, right?
Yeah, I know.
I know
Cool.
too.
So we could just Dimension Door distance.
Well,
That's
so
why I said 400 feet.
the campus is made up of essentially 5 large towers and then a central large dome tower where sort of the communal areas are. And they're all connected by sort of a string of halls and such, but most of them are going to be, all of them are going to be longer than just 500 feet. Because it's a big campus.
Yeah. So I mean, you guys could be in the same building. It's gonna be like one office that gets blown out, of like basically a big old skyscraper. But yeah, they can find somewhere to hide, right? And
Oh, yeah.
observe.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And I guess I communicate with Gavin Sim, and I don't know, maybe Oleg might have some insight into this as well, as just like allowing myself to get like, I mean, I guess we could do some sort of stage makeup, but it seems like I want to allow myself to get injured, but not to a point that would be actually life-threatening, just to a point that might appear life-threatening.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So effectively, what Gav would convey to you, trying to keep it vague, just in case, but effectively, he's gotten 2 blast discs. One is effectively a thunder wave, where it's just a woof, big thing of force, and the other is a fireball. So it's a bit more damage, but it will most definitely sell the deadliness of it. The thunder wave will be more for almost dramatic, thunderous effect.
Okay, and let's say I threw a fireball on top of this. Would it really sell like a massive explosion?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, and if okay, and I mechanically, I guess, could I choose to take a certain amount of damage, edge to I don't know, put me low.
Well, likely you'll still have to like make the save and everything,
Yeah.
and so and if you're ready for it, then you have advantage. So at the very least, you'll probably take half damage,
Okay.
which probably I think for you won't be enough to kill you, but will be a hefty amount.
I got a pretty beefy con
Yeah.
score. I think I'll be fine. But yeah, cool. If we all got that in effect, I will I'll make a point of telling my parents that I'm going to study and then do that interview later. I will tell them that I love them, and
Oh God.
yeah, this is a lot less dark than me faking my death. It's still kind of dark, but yeah, I will communicate all that. And then I guess a couple hours early, I will set off for Moorgrave.
Okay.
Cool. I've been talking a while. Does anybody have anything else they want to do?
Anyway, they want to prepare.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm ready for action. Let's go.
Oh Jesus. So, in
Maybe.
your own respective ways, you arrive at Moorgrave University, and like I said, it's made up of 5 tall towers that are sort of the specialization buildings, and then the central dome for all the communal libraries and any kind of archives, the student unions and little conference rooms, things like that. Whereas the specialization buildings are all of the classrooms and specific things like where like the business departments will be and the magical departments and things like that. Each one is connected by a variety of crossing walkways and halls, corridors, but each one is probably the longest one's probably a half a mile long. The shortest one maybe 1,000 feet. As they kind of crisscross and reach over to each other. And so you all arrive, and you get the message a couple hours early that the 2 blast discs have been placed essentially on either side of the desk. There's one in each drawer. And quite simply for activation purposes, it's sort of a dial lock almost, where you turn the center metal plate, turn the middle one, and then turn the exterior one to a certain place. And there are let me actually look at it. There are different ways you can set it, and I doubt it will have too much of an effect on how your plan goes. Yes.
I just remembered something that
Mhm.
I would like. We're doing this in the late afternoon, right?
Yes.
I'm sorry. This is not going to derail me, I don't think. But I remember Gav mentioned something about what was the group he used to be? The Tyrants, right?
Sim did, yeah.
Sim. And that they might know something about why she's essentially a nobody that it just came to prominence out of nowhere. That was the thing we talked about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would I be able to go with either Sim or Gav before we meet up to talk to them and be like, hey, you know anything about her? Like on the low?
That would...
Are they the kind of people that have like documents?
Tyrants, yes. However, it would probably take you a pretty full day to do that. Just because, even though Sim used to be a member of the Tyrants, he used to be a member of the Tyrants and is not necessarily on the best of terms. Oleg does have a contact, but again, it'll be a matter of, can you smooth talk your way and pay enough coin to get information from them? Because that's their whole deal, is trading secrets and information.
Sure. Oh, I was I was just gonna steal it.
You would. How? Where are you gonna go?
Well, you said they have documents, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Probably.
sneak into see if I can find and sneak into the document room, and then
Of the
leave.
tyrant office?
Yeah.
There's no tyrant office.
Oh well, I mean,
And you'll be
I
again.
assumed they had like a building.
They're a giant criminal organization across the entire city. It's gonna be like I said, it would take you like probably multiple days to get what you need,
What if?
unless you're willing to pay a bunch of money or kill a bunch of people.
What if I used legend lore and described the file?
I will.
That's
I
not a
will contact
legendary
my-
item.
Would
I'll contact
would-
my contact in the
well, it says an
Tyrants.
object.
Is it a piece of paper? Is not a legendary object. A piece of paper that you don't know if it fully exists. And also,
you
Oleg,
know,
yeah,
yeah.
if you reach out to your contact, it's possible, but again, Oleg, you'll be reaching out to him at like 1 p.m.
Okay.
or later, probably later, so he wouldn't have enough time to actually.
It's okay. We can do this after. This can be a thing we do after the plan. I wanted to at least say it so I didn't forget it, because I think that's a thing we need to.
It's not a bad idea at all.
We need to follow up on, but
Yeah.
let's do this first.
So, you arrive in your various ways to Moorgrave University. Oh, what I was looking up for Varian. So whenever you set the blast disc, you can set a number of different triggers for it. I think I know which one you'll do, but just in case you want to do something different. So you can set it to essentially a time of up to 10 minutes. So any time between the moment you activate it and 10 minutes later, a proximity. So whenever anyone comes within a certain distance, again, something you specify, it explodes, or an impact. So if it's dropped, stepped on, or thrown, it'll explode on impact. I figured, you'll probably end up going with a time detonation, but just in case.
Maybe if I hit it with another spell, would it?
Very likely, yeah.
Okay.
So that was
Would a thunder wave combined with a fireball be enough to
Wouldn't that be
blow
pretty
out the
conspicuous
wall?
though?
would
what?
what be?
I feel like with the bomb. So you're saying as the bomb explodes, you're gonna do this spell?
Well, possibly the spell would be the catalyst for the bomb going off.
Wouldn't that be pretty conspicuous for her? Like she's in the room with you.
No,
She's
no,
gonna
she's
stay
not in the
outside.
room with me. Yeah, she's walking up. As it explodes, I fly out the window.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking at least.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
makes
so
sense.
she's in the courtyard, so I think there's a lot less of a chance that she's gonna try to club the shit out of me.
That's what I'm kind of curious about, because I was hoping that maybe there would be a chance that she would possibly try something so that we could catch
Yeah.
her in that act as well.
What if you had the drink and then you're like, oh, I need to go inside to grab something real quick, and then it
Well-
happens. So there's
Well,
still
no,
that
the
time
idea with the
beforehand.
drink was just to lure her there. The drink would not happen at Moorgrave. I don't think there is a bar. At
Well,
the
what
college.
if no? What I'm yeah, but what if you had a drink and then you're like, hey, walk with me, and then you went inside the building and like, wait for me here, and then it happened, just so you could actually like talk to her.
Went inside my advisor's office?
Or
back at the
alternatively,
university?
you are like studying, right? You're talking to her at your study. You talk about things, right? A little bit, and you said, "Okay, I'll like." You then turn around as you're leaving, like you were saying, Todd, right? You turn around as you're leaving, and then like maybe step on something or something. I don't know, like how you want to.
We're overcomplicating.
No, we
So,
need to be able to swap
listen.
out your bodies, right?
Listen, I think that it would make a lot of sense to like meet with her first and actually talk to her and see if she says anything, and then like you're like, oh, we're nearby the campus. Do you mind if you walk with me and so I can go grab something? You can wait with me, right? Wait outside. I'll go in, and then you go inside. Bomb goes off.
Well,
Then
what reason do I have to go inside?
It doesn't matter.
Well, the thing is, how would the assassins have planned for this, though?
The question also is, there wasn't an actual place for them to drink at. That was just to lure her there.
Yeah.
It's a college campus. There's going to be a place nearby. That's what we were just talking about.
I mean, maybe realistically, maybe you, or alternatively, it's in a bathroom or something. No, I feel like it needs to be somewhere.
You say you're college student locker. Say you're like, oh, I have a locker inside. I need to go grab something. From my locker.
College students have.
Why is that like, oh, a locker on a school? That's crazy. No, that's not crazy. That makes a lot of sense.
You're also very studious. I don't know.
Yeah. Why does that like sound? Why are you like why is that outrageous?
See, Logan, we had the plan for everything except for like exact.
Except the actual.
People started picking it apart again.
Yeah, I think we gotta just go with it. I think we gotta go with what we already got because we're gonna.
Our plan was that she was going to be there when it exploded, so that she would like determine what she's going to do in the situation of it exploding and you being vulnerable, so that we could possibly.
No, my idea with having her there was to involve her in this in a naturalistic way. So I'm not calling a woman I've met twice to meet me at the hospital after I nearly died.
No, and that's the thing is, if you go have a drink with her or whatever, you walk back to the campus, you're like, I need to get something from my locker. It blows up. She sees you, and she's involved in the thing that happened, and then the plan is still fine. But this way, it's not like you can control when she's walking up. Because I guess what I'm saying is, if you say, meet me at this time, it's still like she may not arrive right at the right time. I don't know if I'm overthinking that, but it's just like this way, for a fact she's waiting in a specific place. And also, you have a chance to talk to her, which is important because maybe you can like dive into her psyche and figure out something. Maybe she'll let something slip. She might say something important.
We did say that she was going to meet at the school, though. He already did contact her and say, hey, we're meeting at the school.
Yeah, and you can meet at the school and have your drink, talk to her, come back to the school.
All right, so
forgot something.
Yeah,
let's paint the scene real fast. You've arrived at Morgrave University like 2 hours early. It's 3:00.
We're sitting at a table furiously discussing last-minute changes.
Yeah, I was thinking that, or you're sitting on like opposite ends of the campus using the talking crystals and like whispering to one another. And Varian, in the middle of wherever you are having this discussion, you're getting a message, a call from Gav and Sim. And on the other end, Gav is furiously saying, Sim, it's not gonna work. Like no, we can't just. There are people still here, even though they're just custodians. They might. So, Varian, hey.
What's the problem?
I may have forgotten a little step of this. So blast disc in place. It's all wonderful. So just Look up a little bit. You're sitting at a table there. Look up. And you look up, like, so far. And you can see just Gav's, like, silhouette in a window, and he, like, waves. Says, you see me waving? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the part I'm gonna get mad at.
Your advisor's body is still stuffed in a closet in here. Do you want that in here for the explosion, or do you want us to try and get it out? And if you want us to try and get it out, we have no idea how to go about that, because there's still...
dead. That sounds perfect. What if the explosion kills him too?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, so it's fine that he's still up here? That's good.
That's where you're meeting him. You meet him, you are at your advisor's office, you say, hey, because you were already there, right?
Okay. Well, the thing is, if we're doing the I back out of character. If we're doing the advisor thing, then it doesn't make sense to go get drinks with her, because it's just like, oh, we just got drinks. Sorry, I gotta go back for a meeting.
No.
Are you waiting for me?
You are right in that.
He's giving you something. You're just going to pick something up from him. That's it. It doesn't need to be a meeting. You're literally going to pick something up from him.
He
That
literally
way it
said,
does
"Hey,
not
we're
matter.
gonna meet." Yeah,
Yes.
I agree.
You're like,
Your advisor
I need to go
called
grab
you.
something. I need to go grab an envelope, a fucking form from him real quick. I'll be right back. That's all you
actually
have
makes
to say.
sense. Your
Okay,
advisor
okay.
had given you information about your internship. It explodes. She's there. He's dead.
Roll it. We're good.
Okay.
Varian, why was everyone yelling? Is everything okay down there?
Shut the fuck up, Gab.
You can truly never know the depths of my anxiety in this moment. Just leave the body of the man you murdered. It'll be fine. Just make sure in a non-murdery way that nobody finds it until after things go boom.
I mean, he's been dead a bit. I mean, I feel like if they would have found him, they would have found him by now, you know?
How long has it been?
It's
Like,
a
he's
couple
been dead for like a
days.
couple days.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you want us to set him up in a chair like he was having a
Oh,
meeting with you, or just
God.
leave him stuffed in the
No!
closet? Because if he explodes in
Leave
the
him!
but then if it explodes, they'll find his body just burnt and stuffed into a closet.
Set it up in the chair.
See, that's why I was asking. I
After-
thought that was a good idea.
After
After?
she knits. Yeah.
I'll set him up in the chair. God damn.
But if
No,
there's
you're not gonna-
fire, if
No,
there's
no,
fire,
no.
then all right,
Okay,
Varian,
okay,
you
okay.
set him
no,
up.
No. Varian's not gonna set
I'll
it up.
set him up in the chair so his dead body is not sitting there for hours.
How about this? In
God,
between,
you guys really deal with the front end, don't you? It's all club this and club that. You never have to deal with any of the cleanup, do you?
I know, it was wonderful. It's wonderful while it lasted. So leave the body where it is. Just
Okay, Logan, question. Can I move a dead body with -3 strength?
you sure can try.
no, have him move it back into position before we get there. So like it wouldn't be good if you were chilling in that place and she walks up and says, "Oh, look at you just chilling with the dead body."
Well, I'm not gonna meet her at the
Oh, yeah.
office.
True.
Yeah.
Okay.
The office. Okay, let's.
I just don't
set
want
the
him
scene.
sitting there
I'm
for an
meeting her
hour.
in like the courtyard or something. This office is hundreds of feet. How many? Important question. How many 100 feet up is it?
That is actually very important.
I don't remember what floor I had said previously. I'm not gonna worry about it. We'll call it like around in the 40th floor, so somewhere between 400 450 feet.
Cool. That's within range of Dimension Door. So.
Well, either way,
Now this
have
is a
them set it
wacky
up-
idea, Gav says. What if we put on your advisor's clothes, or we dress up like him and pretend to be him, and we could sort of there's this good play, if you haven't seen it in Lower Memphis, called Weekend at Beanie's.
Oh,
We could escort his body out of the...
I wish I had a fucking dollar for every time Weekend at Bernie's comes up in D&D. I don't know what it is, but it's like it always fucking comes up.
It does.
Yep.
Either way, I think that having the body there before we get back is intelligent. However, having it sit there for a couple hours, not great. And relying on Varian to drag a fucking dead body into a spot before he explodes is not exactly great either. So
Yeah.
let's have them set
Okay.
it up before we get there. Maybe we can call them or something, message them or something.
Yes.
Why
Okay.
don't one of us just go be up there and do it?
I'm not
and
touching
tell
that
them?
dead body.
Why don't you
Okay,
do it?
Mr. Tentacle Beard, where does the line start? Where does your line? Where's the cutoff of gross shit you'll do?
Oh my fucking.
I
Okay.
will set up dead bodies,
Here's what
not
we're gonna
set
do.
up
I'm
dead
gonna meet
bodies.
her at 5. We'll go get drinks. I say, oh shit, I just got a message, or I just got a sending from my professor. I need to go grab something, and I'm really sorry. Would you wait for me in the courtyard? She presumably says yes. I go back. I go up. At some point in there, or either Gav or Sim or one of you puts the body in place. I go in there. I fucking and attune on the blast disc to what I need them to be. Maybe throw down some magic of my own. They explode. The wall goes out. I hold up my arm so it's pretty badly burned. I fly out the window. I'll pretend to be dead, but come back to consciousness at the last second. Cast Featherfall on the ground. We go from there.
We do need to replace you with Sim at some point.
That happens at the
Yeah.
hospital.
Yeah, at the hospital.
Okay. Good to know.
Okay. Any more addendums?
Nope, let's go.
Okay.
We drive away.
Yeah, we do give both them and us or both them and Varian a recording device before all this. By the way,
got Killian to make sure that
Oh, yeah.
the King Citadel gets on this and takes over from the Sharn Watch before anything can really happen.
Okay.
And they got only their most trusted guys is doing it.
and we did contact the or we're going to contact the hospital afterwards, right? Or before? Afterwards, I'm guessing.
Well, Spike, I imagine.
I've already talked to my contact. Just
Cool.
told him what's going on.
Cool.
So,
Yeah.
after the 8 millionth session of planning this thing,
I'm gonna get one bad roll, and this is all gonna fall apart.
Are you going to meet her now? Is that what's happening?
At 5, yeah.
Okay. Are we like parting ways for you to do that right now?
Logan.
What time is it? Yeah, what time is it in game right now?
whenever. It's just whenever you guys want to part ways and go take station somewhere else. Just sometime before
so like
5.
1 o'clock, 1 o'clock or something.
Well, I presume that you met up at Moorgrave to have this chat.
Okay. It does not matter as much as long as it's. I'll cast a thought shield on Varian, so nobody can read his mind.
That's how long does that
You're-
last?
8 hours.
Oh, baby.
Your mind can't be read or detected, and people can't telepathically communicate with you unless you allow it. And you have an advantage on saving throws against any effect that would determine whether you are telling the truth.
Dude, that's amazing.
So your arm's gonna be gone. Cool. I love this. Love everything about this.
Okay. Anything else before you part ways?
I'm. Oh no, they can part ways. As a note, I tell Donovan everything that happened last night.
You
What the fuck?
Yeah, just in the last like hour or two before we pull up this
No.
footage, Oleg's just like, oh, by the way.
Yeah, it does seem very Oleg of Oleg to do that. Yes.
Let's go. Don't have time to unpack all that.
I was just wanted to let you know.
Good. Thanks.
Oh my
I'll
god.
think about that.
So,
I look at Varian and you just mouth, what the fuck?
So, after you guys part ways, the other 3, not Varian, you're wanting to stay close enough in case shit goes wacky, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As Ithranil makes her way to Moorgrave's campus and makes her way onto campus itself, instead of, as you've seen her previously, with the beautiful evening gown, she's wearing more what she wore at Keena Button's apartment, sort of just normal, slack pants, high-waisted. She kind of looks like a boonie. She's wearing, like, boots, with pants tucked into it, and just kind of an open, button-down shirt.
Cutest serial killer you ever did see.
Hair pulled back up into a messy bun. And she arrives on the campus, and because things are a bit sparse here, if I could get Oleg, Spike, and Donovan to all make stealth checks for me. To stay out of sight.
Uh,
17.
21 for me.
Right, and Oleg.
All right, I was muted. 12. All things considered.
All things considered, not bad, not bad. So,
I do have disadvantage, so.
oh, that's true. You also have the Delcure thing that can help you.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll use that. I don't actually know where that is for some reason right now, so oh, there it is, Shadow Sibling. Does that make me go oh. I could activate the shadow. I'm not gonna activate the shadow right now. Is that just as a bonus action you can just do that one like always? Oh, it doesn't say how many times.
I think it's just a thing you can do.
Oh, sick. Then I'll definitely use that, yeah. So I'll just have straight roll, I guess. Still 12.
Still 12.
Cool. Thanks. That was great.
Don't fucking worry about it, Carson.
Varian, you see Ithra walking across the campus, kind of give you a wave. She has, like, you know, an over-the-shoulder bag with her. You see she's a bit, dirty. She says, sorry about my appearance. I've, been doing a bit of work today.
Don't apologize. I've just been in the library for the better part of the day. Shall we? What were you working on?
Cleaning out some old lady's attic. Yeah, she kind of like looks around and she says, I mean, I don't come from money, so I kind of have to just pick up odd jobs every once in a while.
I mean, I kind of stopped. Like, I was getting like almost with the energy of I was gonna say like, oh, I understand, but then realized like, oh,
No, I don't.
that
understand.
seems like a really insensitive thing to say. I'm just like, oh, I find anything interesting?
She reaches into her bag. She pulls out like pieces of paper that have like illustrations on them that seem like a kid did it. She says, "There's this old little pocket watch I found that's pretty cool. It doesn't really work anymore. But not too much. Mostly had to throw everything away. Rats, you know."
Is the lady dead or alive? Sorry, continue.
Oleg's voice cuts through my mind. And I'm just like, yeah, well, I guess I'm sorry you had to spend the holiday this way, but I mean,
It's all right. Yeah, she paid me and pulls out like just a handful of silver. Says, "I got enough to drink pretty well tonight. I've heard they have got some good deals today."
oh, drinks on me. Don't even worry about it.
I heard about the King's Citadel thing. I know your family probably had to shell out quite a bit for that, so I can cover at least my own drinks.
You heard about that, did you?
Yeah.
It was embarrassing to say the least.
I mean, it seems like it was for a good cause.
I mean, yeah, it was a weird night. No, that maniac tearing up districts and you know how the watch can be. They're just, yeah, we are there to help, but you know, if you don't have 15 forms in triplicate, they're not about it. Yeah, I can't say prison suits me, but
Really? I wouldn't have thought.
oh really? Oh yes. No. You know, I mean, I had my own cell, which I guess was some small consolation. But I mean, everything's sorted out now. They realized that we were just there to help, and There's just a misunderstanding with the Welsh, but yeah, the bastard got away. Unfortunate. Real weird case. Carving through solid stone with a sword, which, I mean, it's not unheard of, adamantine and whatnot, but really deep cuts into the pavement. I don't know. This one's getting to me, but yeah,
That's
really don't want to hear about that. It's a day for celebration. Let's go grab
Yes.
a drink. Yeah, yeah, I feel I've talked your ear off enough about investigative stuff in the few interactions we've had. So let's I don't know. Let's just do you like absinthe?
Do you like absinthe?
I know it's kind of off-brand for me, but I don't know. It's a nice sipping beverage.
I can't say I've ever enjoyed it, but maybe I just had the wrong absinthe. I find that really hard.
If you don't like licorice, it's very much understandable. I don't know. I'm quirky that way. Xavier's look.
Dude, for some reason, Spike just cringes. He's not even there. He's just
Ooh.
I'm so random.
Yeah. It's called acting, folks.
I'm not like other girls. I'm quirky.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah.
I'm worse.
I believe Stanislavski talked about the importance of cringe.
Mm-hmm.
You
Says,
have to kill yourself, boy.
she says, don't forget your Camelback water bottle and your passion planner too, before we leave.
Ouch. All right.
But she says, yeah, and I've also heard some stories about how some of the bars in the university district have some fun games too. Be down to play a couple games.
Are you going
Yeah.
to Barcade?
Yeah.
Axe throwing bar.
Yeah. Like some sort of arcane skee ball.
It's called Eldritch Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to cast the cantrip at like the precise angle to
Yeah.
go in the hole.
Exactly. To go in the hole. So
Oh boy.
so she gets all geared up. She says, lead the way. I don't really come to this side of the city too much, so.
Would you believe neither do I?
Or maybe I should rephrase. I don't bar crawl with college kids very often.
Be kind of weird if you did, so yeah.
I think so too.
But we can skirt around some of the undergrad places. But
How
yeah,
old
I
is this lady exactly?
yeah.
Varian, you can make an investigation check unless you just want to ask.
I rolled a
How
4
old are you? Point of order.
plus 2 for 6 plus 8, 14.
She's an adult.
Cool.
She's she looks fairly young, but for an elf, you would probably put her.
Is she full elf?
Yeah.
Or does she appear full elf?
I need to double check. Yes, she is full elf. So she would somewhere give or take a couple decades around 300.
Okay.
So equivalent of 30, give or take a few years.
Cool. Well, yeah, I try to pick out something that would, I don't know, fit the vibe. I don't know, something like something fun, but not too young of a vibe.
I like what this D&D session has devolved
Yeah.
into. It's just dating sim.
Yeah, like okay, if we're talking about boon bars, let's find the local instead of like I'm gonna do a deep cut here. Instead of like Parthenon.
Oh, Klondike.
Yeah,
Yeah, Travis, get that grimace going.
yeah, yeah. Let's find a Palucci's.
The
I
only place
Travis.
that I think is even
There you go.
remotely good near Boone is probably Blowing Rock Town Tavern. Honestly, everything else in Boone itself is pretty meh.
fair. I mean, it's beer for money. Like that's
Todd is giving me either he's focusing really hard or he disagrees with my statement.
No, Carson said a name of a place, and I was like, I don't remember.
Palucci's?
Yeah, that's the one.
That was before our time.
Yeah, I know. That's why I gave you that look.
Yeah.
so rather than role playing through an entire date or anything, so you find some non-scummy college bar,
Yeah.
play a couple games, get a couple drinks. Is there anything in particular you would like to do during this time, or anything you want to ask, say, or attempt?
I am playing it real close to the chest. I'm not casting any divination magic on her. I'm not asking any prying questions. I'm just trying to keep it light. It's I may be like, just casually talk about my past a little and like kind of with the a unsaid prompt of just like, oh, if you want to talk about your past, sure. But yeah, I am not pushing in this conversation.
Oh, you're trying to get closer, trying to have a like actual meaningful conversation about each other rather than like, oh, well, how'd you get to the Concord? Oh, how did you like?
Yeah, maybe I'll bring up the RM just because is that we went. Maybe I'll bring up the gala the other night and just like be like, oh, that was really cool. Oh, like how did you get involved with the RM? But yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and just make a persuasion check for me.
Oh, okay. Persuasion. That is going to be a tight 15.
She doesn't go into too much detail. She does talk about the arm a little bit and how she's fairly new into the Silver Concord stuff, but is very interested in, some kind of leadership within the Arum, just because all of the history that passes through their fingertips she finds fascinating.
And I imagine Varian is like legitimately interested in this kind of stuff, so he doesn't really have to feign it.
Mm-hmm. She mentions how she would like to, especially she really likes the sort of unknown artifact chamber, where it's just a bunch of things that they found that they can't determine an origin. How she would love to be, to get her hands on those to try and like figure out where they came from and stuff. But she says that, she's tried to ask for, the funding to do such a project, but can't get too much from them. But then, for the most part, though, she is, jovial, having a great time, talking about how past holidays have been a little bit tenuous because of the last war, and so this whole day of peace was nice, but it still felt very tense. But for the most part, it is quite lovely. And, it seems to go very well.
Cool. Well, as it's like coming to a natural close, and like I don't know, I'll sense that, but also communicate it, just like for calling it an evening, and I will excuse myself to the restroom, At which point I will communicate with the others, and I'll just be like, put the body in place.
What was that?
Guy at the urinal next to you. What the fuck did you just say?
Yeah. Yeah, I fireball him just to leave no witnesses. Yeah, I just come out of a smoking bathroom like, whoo, somebody. But no, I communicate this and I'll just be like, I'm 30 minutes out at most. See you soon.
And are you wanting Gavin Sim to do it, not your party?
Sure. Yeah. I'll ask Gavin Sim to do it, and I'll just be like, do it, and then make yourself scarce.
Sure thing. Did you know the dining hall is open this late?
You
We got hungry. We're right here.
all right? That's fine. That's fine.
All right, see you,
That is
bro.
frozen yogurt machine.
Oh, frozen yogurt.
I hang up.
Yeah. And I imagine like either Oleg, Spike, or Donovan might still be like waiting at Morgrave, and you see these two frat bros run across the dining hall to a frozen yogurt machine. One of them does not have an arm. Yeah, woo, they're high-fiving. They're high-fiving the yogurt machine and smacking the front of it. So they
Blend in perfectly.
blend in perfectly. So they grab some frozen yogurt and begin making their way up to the office to do their thing.
But yeah, I come back, and as we're, I guess, going to like pay or whatever, I'll just be like, I guess we would have communicated beforehand, and like, I guess, all walking each other to a point or something. I just be like, as I come back, I'm just like, I just got a message from my advisor. He needs me to come pick up some paperwork. I've actually got a really exciting opportunity coming up. Maybe with the I probably should the Warning Guild. But
Very
yeah,
prestigious.
I know. I don't know. I want. It's very, very prestigious. You're right. No, I want to. I hope I can prove that I'm more than a last name, and this might be an opportunity for that. But would you mind if we stopped by the university on the way back? I can just dimension door up. It'll take less than a minute.
You don't have to use Matt. I can wait. It's a nice night here.
Okay.
See the sunset going down. It's nice.
Oh, great. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, let's go off, and then we can just have a walk around. It's a really nice night.
So now, let me double check one thing here. Varian,
Yes.
go ahead and make me a deception check. And I want to say with the thought shield, even though, so target has advantage on saving throws against any effect that would determine whether it's telling the truth. Even though this isn't necessarily like a zone of truth type thing, it's sort of just like how you can put up the act and essentially shield any kind of ulterior eye ticks or things like that. So go ahead and make a deception with advantage, and Xavier had inspired you, so if you want to roll one again.
Okay. I will do that. That's gonna be a 19. And she's gonna roll a 5. Yeah.
I imagine as the nights are going on, almost unconsciously, you're almost masterminding, master planning the situation. And because you can foresee it, you can feel it, and you're like, okay, now we're going to go here, I'm going to say this, and then we'll go there, and she won't suspect a thing. And boom, that's exactly what happens.
Yeah. This is not mechanically charisma, but I'm imagining this is not a charisma-based deception. This is a more intelligence-based deception. I'm planning out my words very carefully. Yes. I'm affecting my mannerisms, whatnot.
I feel like Varian has almost like a butterfly effect with everything, where it's like, all right, I'm going to like pull out her chair right now. She's sitting down, and help her in, and then that way she won't suspect a thing later on. And it's very just like, if I do this now, then this won't happen later. I like it. So you leave her. She goes and sits down on a nearby bench, and whoever would like to be in range of the courtyard to see her sit down, she sits and starts to sift through her bag, counting up how much coin she has left, and just enjoying, relaxing. You see her pull out like a little book and start to read, occasionally write something in a margin. And then, Varian, you make your way up to the office.
Cool. I make my way up to the office. I open the door, and I assume I see my professor's body sitting in the chair.
Sitting totally upright. You notice two things immediately off. It's a small office. It's very simple. There's the closet over there that he had apparently been stowed away in. The room, because from what it seems, has not necessarily been opened or visited since this event has happened, and so the smell is pretty stagnant in here of his decaying body over the past few days. However, contrary to that, in this small, fairly bland-looking office, you notice immediately stains of half-melted frozen yogurt on the floor, and then a semi, but not totally melted thing of frozen yogurt sitting on the desk in front of your advisor's body, with a little note that says, "Got one for you. Enjoy." Smiley face. Signed, G.
I just kind of head in hands. I firebolt the note away. And then I slide the chair away, pull out the desk drawers, take the blast sticks out, and start calibrating them as I eat some frozen yogurt. Seems a shame to waste it. And I
need you to make a Constitution. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No, I have detect poison to disease. Damn it. But yeah, I set the blast disc for like 90 seconds or something like that. And once I have both of them set, I punch it in and they start going down. I just go over to my professor and just kind of, with a very somber air, just go like, "Thank you for all you did. And I'm sorry I couldn't save you." Alright, we're gonna go in T-minus 45 seconds. And I kind of angle the blast disc to aim for the wall against the outside.
Mm-hmm.
I go there, just kind of prepare myself, turn away from the discs, and I know it doesn't technically work this way, but I'm gonna prepare to cast shield, just I guess to mitigate some of the damage, whatever. But I will extend one arm so it gets a fuller brunt of the damage, and I will just go. For you, old friend.
Okay. Go ahead. Make a dexterity saving throw with advantage.
Cool. 14 plus 2, 16.
Okay, that is good enough. I'm going to roll a bit of damage. You will take half of it. And then this is going to be an interesting thing to ask you to roll. But you'll have to make your plummet convincing.
as he alters self, right?
Why would I alter self?
I thought you were getting rid of your arm.
I think that was
Or is
later.
that being amputated? Okay. Cool.
Oh, could I make it
Yeah.
look like a bloody stump? Or like a shredded arm with alter self?
What you could almost do, what I would kind of allow, is if you wanted to alter self your arm to essentially effectively cut off elbow down, and then take the fireball blast and sort of incinerate the skin then too. And so that way it would look like it got blown off, but not necessarily a full bloody bone-rending stump.
Okay. But I could do a convincing thing with alter self in that way.
Probably, yeah.
Cool, I'll do that. Why not? I'll
Okay.
burn a second level spell for alter self to make myself look like Varian with the stump.
Oh no.
How much damage am I taking?
I was assuming you were doing this after you get hit with the explosion, yes? So you don't have to roll concentration the instant you get exploded?
Yeah, sure.
Because that'd be hilarious use of a spell.
Yeah.
Um, 39 points have to 19.
Okay, that's doable.
So you had altered self before it blew to try to make a convincing blown apart stump. And I would like you to make a performance check or just a straight dexterity check to make a convincing plummet.
Let's see. I'm gonna make a. Well, they're both a +1. Dirty 20.
Okay. So you make a convincing plummet. Spike, Donovan, Oleg, you hear the glass flies out over the courtyard, and you see Varian in a pretty much head down plummet toward the ground, flopping ragdoll. And then Varian, what's the next stage?
Cool. I wait until I'm like truly 15 to 20 feet from the ground, and then I kind of and cast Featherfall.
Okay. Go ahead and just make a straight intelligence check for me to time this and calculate exactly when you need to.
Would you believe I rolled another nat 19 for 24?
So you all watch and probably all immediately think, like, he's waited too long. He's dead, as he is just straight to the ground, and the moment you think it's too late, you see a puff of green magic as he still impacts the ground, but Varian, of course, you know, not enough to hurt you, and you thud to the ground. A bit of the grass and dirt are thrown up into the air, and Ithernel makes a break and runs straight toward you. And that's where we'll stop, because we spent so long planning this time again. That seems like a good stopping point.
Hell yeah.
Oh, jeez. Oh. Too intense.
We did it.
Too intense.
That was something.
We finally got her explosion.
And now we'll see if she runs over to Club Varian.
Yeah.
It'd be so fucking funny if she did. Like straight up,
You
she.
little shit.
I mean, we didn't do this exactly like I was expecting, but I think this is leaning heavily on the she's not gonna club you part. But
Oh, you're quirky, are you?
Oh man, yeah, the fact that it took like 3 sessions of planning, there was gonna be some crossed wires, and lost information.
Oh wow.
But so
Fair
far so
enough.
good.
The thing to actually grab drinks with her was a better version of the plan.
Thank you.
Establish that contact.
It was. Yes.
That's true.
Better
It
version
feels
of the
less
plan.
random.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay. Oh man. I'm terrified to see how this unfolds. We'll see how quickly this barrel towards an end.
It's gonna unfold exactly as we expected.
Of course, I'm
Perfectly.
Yeah.
I'm
no
sure
issues or changes
no
or
mind
anything.
flayers are gonna come back onto the scene. Spike's arm is gonna be just
Why would they?
fine. Donovan's
Crazy.
daughter will be perfectly okay the whole time.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it'll all be great.
Mind Flayer shows back up. We're like, dude,
We're
what are
busy.
you doing here? Like, get out of here. We're in the middle of something. You know that we're in the middle of
Yeah,
something.
you specifically chose when we were in the middle of something. Oh, jeez Louise.
Crazy fucking session.
Yeah, that truly bananas. But
NANAS.
it's bananas. We'll see how this unfolds, and we'll go from there. I'm eager. Because even if you catch the big bad, there's still some other stuff going on that needs to be handled.
Clearly, yeah.
Bless you, Travis. So, I have to toilet cat, so rather than shoot the shit any longer, I have no further announcements, so I guess we'll go ahead and say it. Unless something crazy happens, we will be right back here next week.
Oh, is there supposed to have,
Same
Sharn time, same
same
Sharn place.
Sharn place.
it's
Place.
Sharn
Time.
Place.
Sharn. Place. Sharn. Time. Sharn.
What is Sharn?
Travis doesn't know.
Yeah, well, first we have to decide the ethic morality of Delcure invasions.
Is losing your free will really so bad?
It's an important question.
I love that Logan was preparing for that. She's like, all right, this might go into combat. And it just turned to an ethical dialogue.
You're just like, please, Oleg, say the words. Destroying free will is bad. Please, just say it. Like, well, I don't know. Oh, geez. Anyway, I got a toilet cat, so same chart time, same chart place, all that good stuff. Bye-bye.
Sharn.